it's Caitlin. So, tonight I decided that I really wanted some churros because we went to a restaurant and they were all sold out of churros. So, I decided, I was like, hey, you know what? I have a recipe for even better churros. So, I'm making Disneyland churros today. So, we are once again using our Unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook. And so as you can see here, we have our churros recipes, so they're from Main Street, USA in Disneyland. And our first step is to line an ungreased baking sheet with parchment paper and set aside.
So here's our parchment paper. We have it all laid out. Make sure you are definitely using parchment paper.
Alright, so we're going to take our 1 cup of room temperature water. Maybe I should, you know what, I'm going to turn this off for now. So I was trying to have the pan be warm for when we were doing anything, but you know, probably the best idea to have that off right now. Alright. And so it says we added our water, now we need to do our 3 tablespoons of sugar. Sprinkle that in there. Sugar and water. Alright. Now we need... Okay. It's just a half a teaspoon. Okay, that makes much more sense because I was looking at that and I was like, 3 tablespoons of salt? That's a lot. That's kind of scary. Let me see. Let me put that line in here. There we go. Okay. So we need half a teaspoon of salt. So we'll pour that in there. Okay, alright, so I have our vegetable oil. Yep. So it says add 3 tablespoons oil. So we're gonna grab that. And we're gonna dump that all in there. Oh, we got a little extra in there, but that's okay. Alrighty. Let me make sure we get all the stuff in there. Alright, so now we're gonna let it boil for about 4 minutes. In 4 minutes it should reach a boil. And then we'll be ready to continue on.
Here is our mixture that we added all of our stuff into. And we just have to stir it until it starts to boil, which the recipe says that should take about like 4 minutes, so yeah. It's making noises now.
Alright, so now we have removed our little liquids from the heat as it said to do. And now it says add our flour, so we have our cup of flour, and we're going to add the flour and stir until combined.
So here is our little mixture. It's getting combined. It's looking good. Kind of reminds me of like a pie crust. At least personally. Alright, this is really hard to do this by myself, so I'll just show you what it looks like after I'm finished stirring. So here's our dough mixture. It's looking good, very doughy. And our next step is to take the dough and put it into a piping bag. So here's my piping bag that I'm gonna use. I still need to cut it and get it ready. And then we also need to use a tip to, obviously get them. So here's the shape that I'm gonna use as a star tip. There's the type of tip it is. But I feel like this tip will be able to make some good churro shapes.
Okay, so we have our little tip in our little bag, and we are gonna take our little dough and we're gonna scoop it in. Okay. Let it sift its way down there. I'm gonna be honest, I've never done this before. It's very challenging to do. Let me say that. Let that go down like that. Oh, the dough is so warm and it just feels so good. And I think these are going to taste really good. I'm so excited for them. Okay. There we go. We have all of our little churro dough in our little bag. How excited! I'm so excited. Alright, okay. So now is when we're going to take our dough and we're going to pipe it into 6-inch lines. I don't think it really matters. Onto our little parchment paper cookie sheet. And then we need to place it into the freezer for an hour. I'll show you how to do it. Oh my goodness, this is gonna look so good. Okay, I think that's a good churro length. Sure. Oh. It's so exciting. I want to get the dough. I wonder what it tastes like. I feel like they should be thicker because, the churros are most of the time thick. I don't know, like I said, never made something like this before. This is a fun, exciting experience for all of us. Oh man, I might need 2 sheets because we've got a lot of dough here. Oh, I hope they don't burn. Okay. Oh, that one's thick. They're very thick. I'm gonna try to squeeze some. You know what? Very good. You know what? I'm gonna add another baking sheet. I'm gonna figure out where to put these in the freezer. I'm gonna get another baking sheet for. Okay. While we're waiting for our churros to cool in the freezer, which I would definitely recommend having a lot of freezer space for that because personally, it's very hard for me to get an entire cookie tray in the freezer. But it's okay, we made it work. We got 1 cookie tray full of churros, so that's good. So now we're going to take our cinnamon, and we need a teaspoon of cinnamon. So this is gonna be like our little fun cinnamon sugar thing we got going on. Oh goodness. I don't think. Oh, wait, we can't. Oh, my goodness, yes. It does fit in there. I'm working on it. You know what? Cinnamon sugar. It's gonna have cinnamon. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, I can smell the cinnamon. Oh, I like to smell cinnamon. Okay, so let's see. So we have our teaspoon. That's what I meant. That was the tablespoon. Teaspoon. Cinnamon. And then we need to have half a cup of sugar. So I'm gonna reach on over here. Grab our sugar. We need that already. So see, by doing this, we're multitasking. We're getting one thing cool, getting another thing ready. Oh man, there's a lot of sugar that goes into this, but you know what? That is okay. So we're gonna mix that all together. The churros have been sitting in the freezer for an hour now, so now we're gonna take our oil. So we need 4 cups of oil. So here is, this is a 2-cup cup, so don't worry. So here's 2 of our cups of oil. So put that in there. I'm gonna start heating this oil up. Alright. And then I need to fill it up once again. And then once our oil reaches 375, we'll be able to start cooking those churros. So now our oil is at 375. And we're going to take one of our little churros here. Let's go with this one. Okay, so we're going to take it. You ready? Oh no, it's falling apart. Oh no. Whoa! Okay, these are not going to be perfect. They're going to be weird shaped churros, but that's okay. So we're going to let it go like that. And
for how long?
For 2 minutes. We'll cook this for 2, no, stop! For 2 minutes, and then we're going to flip it over.
Alright.
Our oil was a little too hot, so make sure your oil's not too hot or else it'll look like this. But you know what? Even though it looks all scary, it's actually still really good. Or really hot.
So we had some technical difficulties with our first churro, but they are starting to look better. So here's another one. So we're gonna take it out and directly place it into our little mixture. We're gonna try to coat it completely with cinnamon sugar. You can see over here, these are little uncooked churros. Ooh, this is looking nice. All right, so there we go. Look at that. Finally, a good churro. It's been a rough night.
Here's the final product. My biggest tip I can give you is just make sure your oil is not too hot so you don't burn the churros. But they're really easy to make as long as you can figure out what you're doing, and they taste so good. I would definitely recommend baking these.